So I'll count it off.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Just let's go.
1, 2, 3, go!
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the rehearsal room. Nick's here.
Aaron's here.
We are once again trudging into our director deep dives.
Yes, sir.
These are getting more complicated for me.
This one was, I'm going to be 100%. Tell them what it is, and then that we can, yes.
Okay,
Yes, please.
so
Sorry.
this one we are choosing the genre of drama.
Yes.
We're going to do kind of like the basic overall genres, the categories,
Yes.
whatever, however they want to classify these genres. These are kind of the overall. We did action, adventure, comedy, and next in line, if I'm counting my fingers right, is D, which is drama.
Yes.
I did see documentary, but
That could be fun. I do like. I mean, we both. I know we're both big documentary fans for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I think also Ken Burns would probably be at the top of those lists,
but
because if we're using the way we're choosing our directors,
Yes.
then they would need to make 3 or more.
Yeah. It would be like him, or
Right.
maybe like Errol Morris would be another one for me.
Yeah.
You know, there. I would even, Mike, whatever.
Michael Moore.
would be,
Yeah.
Somebody. What I find is, despite my knowledge, which is, pretty vast and also useless, but I'm surprised how many times I go like, God, I can't think of anybody, and then I start looking. I go, well, why don't I find movies?
Yeah.
And then go from there, and then go, oh Jesus, I forgot. Yeah, he did direct like 80 million of these. I totally had forgotten.
Yeah.
So yeah, with this one, this was the one I was, when we discussed, long ago, that this is when we were gonna do these. This was the one I was dreading the most because of, I think, what my definition of drama.
Sure.
Realizing that technically, all movies have drama.
All of them. Yes.
Right?
I was
Drama is conflict.
I'm glad you're saying this.
It's the truth, right? Because conflict is, you need conflict so you can have conflict resolution, and that's your story, no matter how you do it, romantic comedy or otherwise, So that's where I thought it would be more limiting, but I realized, like, no, actually, when I think drama, interestingly enough, the first 2 movies that came to my mind, 2 of my favorite movies, 12 Angry Men and A Few Good Men.
Okay.
Apparently I like men.
You like,
you
like a few and angry.
angry and just a few.
Don't want to get too selfish.
Yeah, I like it rough with a few people. But it's lawyers. You're in a court. And technically nothing really happens. There's no action.
Right.
It's not necessarily funny. There are funny moments or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those are usually what I think of when I think of dramas. And it's like, well, I don't feel like I watch a lot of those. And then I went searching for okay, well, tell me what people say are the best dramas. And then I'm realizing, yeah, I've seen every one of this guy's movies. What the fuck?
Yep.
I actually, now, unfortunately, Sidney Lumet only made like 2 more that I actually had seen. So I couldn't put him down, because otherwise 12 Angry Men is probably, I would say, easily in my top 5 movies of all time. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Okay.
So it's just, this one I definitely, I will say, I dreaded. Whereas the comedy, well, like I said, when we did our comedy one, is like right away I already had like the top 5.
Yeah.
This one I was dreading a little bit more. But actually, once I got deeper into it, some fun surprises and also some like realizations. Like, no, actually, I do watch a lot. It's just, when you see the action attached to it, you feel like, well, that's not a drama. Then they're shooting guns and
Well, similar to that
Please.
idea is when we designate a movie for like inclusion on any of our selections here, I think the overall portion of the movie has to supersede, like the drama aspect has to supersede
100
the action or the comedy, because you're right.
Yes.
There's going to be comedic dramas,
Right.
action drama, adventure dramas,
Yeah, absolutely.
all over the place, right?
Right.
But there are a lot of movies actually, and I just learned myself,
Right,
this, which
right.
I'm very proud of. There are a lot of drama movies out there, a lot,
Yeah. Oh,
way too many to really cut it down to a list of this nature.
certainly.
And that's what made it way more difficult, because honestly, a lot of these directors are probably repeating from previous
I do have.
selections.
Well, that's what's interesting for me is, like, I do, and then I have some that I don't think made any of the other lists. Yeah.
I think I have one or two like that.
Okay.
This one's gonna probably be my more boring selection.
Okay.
But at the same time, I think it's like also my more well-known directors. Like everyone knows these people.
I don't feel like I have any. Maybe my number 10. I don't feel like I have any like hidden gems in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Because the other part is like we've talked about. Listen, I mean, as I've said it before in some of these other ones, I do think for me when my list, I try to think of it not necessarily historically, like it has to be historic, but I like to kind of put it some context into it.
Sure.
But it is to say, nonetheless, it's like, the other part is like, sure, there's a director that like, Sidney Lumet. You can't say that Sidney Lumet didn't make amazing dramas. I've not seen any of them, but two. So I'm not going to put them on my list just because everyone's told me, these other movies are great. Right. Hal Ashby made a bunch of great, okay, great, but Sam Peckinpah made a bunch of great westerns, right? But I've never seen them.
Robert Altman.
Yes, another one
right.
who almost made my list, but the reality is like the ones that people would normally like. I've seen The Player. I love The Player.
Sure.
Popeye. I wouldn't call it a drama, but I've seen Popeye. But I've never seen Nashville. I've never seen those other films. You know what I mean?
Right.
And those are the ones that people would really say that's where he cut his teeth. This is what made Robert Altman Robert Altman. Well, if I've not seen them, then I'm not going to put it on my list.
Funny thing about Robert Altman is Popeye and MASH.
Yes.
Those are my favorite movies of his.
Okay. Yeah.
I have seen other drama movies of his.
Sure.
But I don't consider them favorites of mine.
I got you.
So he didn't make my list.
Yeah.
Right?
For me, I love Popeye and I love The Player. Those are the only two that I can honestly say I've seen all the way through. I know I've seen some of MASH, but I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing. So yeah, like you, I go, well, I'm not going to put him on. Historically, I understand we're supposed to applaud, and I have no problem. Give him his flowers.
Sure.
But if we're doing this honestly, you know what I mean? Like I'm not. This is our list. This is
our list.
Our feet aren't going to be held to the fire here. We're not in the academy here. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Other. I think more. Dare I say snooty cinephiles?
Sure.
Will maybe one day come across this list and mock us endlessly.
Yes.
But you know what? Whatever.
Well,
This is the rehearsal room.
Well, it's an honesty thing too. It's just,
it is.
I don't want to just do it. Try to just sound cool and name the most obscure, Japanese director from 1940 who made 3 films.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put Ingmar Bergman just because I really like the Seventh Seal.
Right, or even pretend I've seen the Seventh Seal. You know what I mean? The closest I've come to it was Bill and Ted's excellent, bogus journey. So
let's not forget Last Action Hero.
Yes, and that too. I mean, those are the closest I've come to any Bergman. You know what I mean? So I mean, yes, it is. And again, I recognize it. I understand he's a great. But again, I'm not going to pick ones just to sound cool because the other part is I'm going to sound like an idiot when I really don't know what I'm talking about. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what's kind of fun about these every now and again. There's some are easier than others. The comedy one I already knew where I was going. This one was. I thought would be way more difficult, and as I got into it, like one of the things I did was once I established who my 10 were, then it was like, okay, now what order do I put them in? And I said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and see. I'm going to go down their IMDb, and every movie that I like, make a little check mark. And I'm going to go by the numbers.
Okay.
If you've got more movies that I like, now, granted, not fair sometimes when it's like, the guy's 90 and makes 3 movies a year.
Sure.
I'm 22 and I've only made 5.
Right.
Hey, I hear you. But you'd be surprised. Sometimes the guy who's 90 only made 5 movies that I like too. So, you know what I mean? So I kind of did it that way to make it a little easier for me.
Okay. And then for my side of this,
please.
I chose 10 whose movies I really, really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 10.
Okay.
But there are no, my first selection isn't my most favorite one.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
But you're going 10 to 1. Right?
I'm going 10 to 1,
okay.
But none of them are my absolute, number 1 is not my most favorite.
I can, and this is, I hear you there. If what you're saying, if I'm catching what you're putting down, is this list definitely could change tomorrow.
Yes. Oh,
and there are a few I'm like, am I really putting him above the other one?
That's the thing.
Yes, I am.
Because I'm going to get to my 4 or 5.
Sure.
And they could have easily been my number 1. Had my number 1 been the best overall, right?
Dude, 100%. Yeah. That's why I did it with the numbers, because I figured, okay, that makes it as even as possible. You know what I mean? It was just like my number 1. It was like, Jesus Christ. I think there's 2 things on their entire IMDb of movies that I hadn't seen or I just didn't like.
Right.
And you're just like, well, then they have to be my number 1.
Yeah.
You know, and at least in using those metrics.
Sure. Yeah.
You
and I left out a couple of really obvious ones.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was, and as I say, what I try to do is I've said it on here before. Michael Clayton is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
It is pure drama. I mean, nothing
Sure.
really happens. There's an explosion, but beyond that, it's people talking. It's lawyers. It's doing, and Gilroy wrote it, and you go, okay, and he directed it. Okay, great. What else did he direct? Well, 2 other movies, and I've only seen one other one.
Yeah.
Now, if I went with his writing, well, Jesus Christ, all these Bourne Ultimatums,
Yep.
Rogue
Yep.
One. And it's just like, okay, now he's making it, but he's not directing those ones.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like I said,
He was one of the ones that I had to be like, sorry,
Yeah.
Mr. Tony Gilroy.
yeah, because as soon as I saw the name, I was like, that's my man.
Yep.
And then I went,
Yep.
oh, you've actually written more than you've directed. Shit.
Another one for me was Anton Corbijn.
Oh, okay. He didn't
He did The American with George Clooney. I know he's done other stuff.
Yes,
like
yes,
he's
yes.
Done
Well, famous
also
music video
music
director.
videos. Yeah, right. So, like, the dude has stuff under his belt. But
no doubt.
all this other stuff just kind of shot out. More. It was more prominent.
Yes.
In like when I was looking up, like, let's see what drama movies I actually like.
Right.
And a lot of this other stuff just popped out.
Yeah.
Quicker.
And that's ultimately what it came down to. As I'm looking through the list, and it's like, okay, 3 movies have already appeared of the same director on the greatest dramas of all time, according to so and so, and they're your favorites too.
Right.
Well,
right.
then, okay, I think we figured at least one guy you can put on your list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So before we
Please.
actually start, do you have any honorable mentions?
I do not. This one, I like I said, it was tough enough just to find the 10 that I figured I'll just stick to the 10 on this one. You know what I mean? And I think my 10 was strong enough that, like, one I would definitely shout out, I guess, kind of for lots of reasons. One that did come to mind that I almost had on, 2, actually. That's funny. The guy who just told you he had no honorable mentions now has 2. One, I would say Alfred Hitchcock.
Okay. Yeah.
Did not make my list. I'm not a huge Hitchcock guy, but I have seen enough of his. I mean, the guy makes tremendous films. His influence on and on and on. We can go on forever. The other one is, we just recently lost him, is Carl Reiner. Rob Reiner. Excuse me. Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
You know, when I
great.
A Few Good Men, again, is in my top 5 movies. I can watch that over and over again. I
Yep.
can recite it ad nauseum. You know, you think of stuff like, I know Princess Bride, technically comedy, Harry Met Sally, technically comedy, but there's drama in there too.
Yeah.
You know, just a great director, Misery, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, he was one that I was thinking I would circle, but I didn't end up circling, but one that I think deserves certainly for A Few Good Men alone. I would like to mention him because that's one of my all-time favorite movies, and that to me embodies drama in every sense of the word.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Rob Reiner was definitely one that I came across, and I was like, I know I love a bunch of his movies.
Right.
But I'll be damned if any of them are jumping out at me and saying, "Hey, we are your favorites from this guy, your favorite director."
Other than Few Good Men, especially as drama.
Yeah.
Like if we're doing comedies, that's a different story with him.
That's a whole different story. Yeah.
You know, but
because
when
the comedy supersedes the drama in those other movies.
Many of them.
Right.
Now, again, his 2 biggest dramas that now come to my mind, I would say would probably be, and they're both ones I know we both enjoy, Few Good Men and Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Which are, there's one guy on my list in particular that, now he probably, modern times, we don't talk about him enough, but you cannot deny some of the stuff he did back in the day that is set up drama for me in general. Like, he is the reason I enjoy other dramas, you know what I mean? And when we get to him, I'll explain that more. So, the categories they're fun to play with in that way. So for me, if there's any honorable mentions, I think those would be the 2 I did have kind of written down, but once I got to it, I realized there's just not enough from them. But I mean, Hitchcock and Reiner, I think both have had done drama in a way that has affected me in a positive way that I would have thought they'd maybe make my list, but ended up not.
Okay. Yeah. So
how about you? Any for you?
I do. I have 3.
Okay, please.
One of them, I'm honestly drawing a blank because some of the movies are just so goddamn boring. But I have seen them.
Okay.
And the first honorable mention I have is Kenneth Branagh.
Okay.
I really love Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yes.
It is a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
And it's very... And the way I'm approaching this is drama. Please. We look at it as a very deep storyline.
Yes.
Character introspection.
There's a great word, character. It's more character driven than it is I'm behind a fast car,
right,
or I have to rescue the princess or something like that.
Yeah.
It's about the conflict between human beings and the drama that goes in between.
Yeah, and just like the what's it called, the human condition.
Okay, great. Yes,
right?
yes.
Just this is how we kind of manage our lives
Yeah,
with
it
these
is.
issues coming up,
Yes.
and we try to make sense of it. And
Yes.
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And that could mean we have to rob a bank. We have to
Sure,
ride a
sure,
horse.
yeah.
We may be in a car, but for the most part, it's almost like a Pulp Fiction-ish kind of thing, where it's like more about the talking than it is about the action.
I'm very
You know?
glad you mentioned that specific movie. So my next honorable mention is Park Chan-wook.
Okay.
He did the Vengeance trilogy.
Okay.
The Old Boy, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance,
Right
and
on.
Lady Vengeance. He also had another movie called The Handmaiden, and then a third movie that I really enjoy called I'm a Robot, but That's Okay.
Okay.
I know. All of these are
Also a
seri-
Radiohead B-side.
yeah, all of these are awesome movies.
Right.
But I think I didn't put them in my regular 10
I got you.
only because Handmaiden and the I'm a Robot, but That's Okay
Mhm.
are newer watches for me.
I got you.
And I haven't like ingested them as much.
No.
you know.
Wonderful. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Have it sunk in? Has it
Right.
affected
Yeah.
me? Yeah.
Whereas I know originally we said a trilogy can't make up the totality of your selection.
And for some who are on my list, there's two in particular that do have trilogies that I counted as one only.
All right. Yeah. See, so yeah, I have.
I would.
The last honorable mention,
Please.
and this one's probably the more blasphemic honorable mention because they should be in the regular 10.
Mm-hmm.
The Coen brothers.
Okay, I will keep my mouth shut. Because I'm realizing now, to be completely honest with you, Quentin Tarantino did not make my list.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said Pulp Fiction. He didn't make my list.
Which is crazy now that I think about it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
also, his movies in some ways exist in its own world.
Yes.
That it's hard to describe them as simply drama.
It's also very hard to try to relate to character.
Yeah.
To even the character growth. I mean, I know there are
Okay.
situations where
No. Dude, keep going. Yeah.
there's situations that are very familiar,
Mm-hmm.
but the circumstances
Yes.
that they deal
Yes.
with are beyond anything that you or I or anybody out there could.
They're outrageous.
They're
They're
outrageous.
over the top for a reason.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. So like, the
I
fact
have
that-
never been part of a clandestine group in which I had to go hunt them all down because they killed me at my wedding. You're right.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
I don't think that's ever happened to anybody.
Okay. All right. Not yet, anyways.
Though
So-
I have had a royal cheese. So there is.
Yeah.
No. Great point. Yeah. No. Especially one who has movies that clearly have affected us,
Yes.
are among some of our favorites, and yet don't make this list. And
Dude.
I almost think to myself, what list would he make?
Yeah. I mean,
You know.
there is a list.
I think he
where-
did make our action. Maybe. I can't remember.
But I was even thinking about this when we wrap all of this
Yeah.
director deep
Yeah,
dive
yeah.
down, into our actual top 10 favorite
Oh,
directors.
Yeah. Oh,
There is a possibility.
Oh, there's no doubt in my
Right,
mind.
right.
Yeah. Great point. Interesting, right? That really does say
Yeah.
something quite interesting about. But then again, you're right. He doesn't. It's not that he doesn't commentary per se. Maybe it's just more about. It's not in the same way that for instance, and he is on my list. Nolan's Batmans are also commentaries on life.
Yes. Yeah.
He's commenting about society using Batman.
Sure.
I never get where you're like Pulp Fiction, as great as it is. Oh, there's a deeper meaning to all of this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, no, great. Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, please.
So all right. So
and those were your three.
those are my three
Okay.
honorables.
Awesome.
And now number 10, Aaron.
All right, we'll start with number 10. Mine. This one immediately did stand out to me, and in fact, I had mentioned him on our last episode because I had rewatched one of my favorites from him, Sam Mendes.
Oh, great choice. Yeah.
I American Beauty. I absolutely love that movie. I think it's amazingly directed. Everybody in it is just fantastic. The writer of that movie also is one of my favorite guys too. He came out of that and 6 Feet Under, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Road to Perdition. I could watch that
Great
a million
movie.
times over. I absolutely love it. Again, these are dramas, though very much action oriented. But they're two of my absolute favorite of the new Bonds. He did Spectre and Skyfall.
Ooh, yeah.
And they're
Dude.
two of my favorites of the new Bond series.
Those are great
and
movies.
I love
Yeah.
them both. And
Road to
and, and,
Perdition, yeah.
and again, those deal with a lot of stuff. With Skyfall, he is dealing with a Javier Bardem character.
Yeah.
Feeling betrayed and feeling like and so there's real drama going on.
Sure. Yeah.
Around kick-ass action and
Of
shooting
course,
guns and
yeah.
hot women. And then his last one that really did affect me, and I really very much love, and we talked about it on the last podcast, I rewatched it, was 1917, you know?
Okay.
So yeah, great director who's done a lot of great things. His writing is also one of those guys where, you know, he wrote for a bunch of stuff and then finally started getting, you know, some ability to direct. But I mean, every one of those movies are movies I have watched a million times over.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
you know, that was, again, because of his small amount, that's why he made my 10. But those movies are fantastic.
Sam Mendes is a great.
He's
star.
one of my favorites,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
say. How about your 10?
This was tough.
I gotcha.
Number 10, I started off with David Lynch.
Oh, okay.
Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me, Lost Highway,
Sure.
Mulholland Drive.
Yeah.
All of these are Twin Peaks. You're dealing with the kind of uncanny side of regular life.
Right. The tired underbelly.
Exactly right. The underbelly, but also it's a story about a girl. You know, the Laura Palmer
Mhm,
character
mhm.
who deals with trauma,
Right.
sexual trauma. You know, SA from a person that she trusts, her
Mhm.
father, in the movie. You know, and that's a hard thing to have to process or go through alone.
Oh, for sure.
Let alone when you're put into a world as demented as David Lynch's.
Well, that's the beauty, right? It's like people would assume with David Lynch a lot of times, oh, there's just like weird movies, right? It's like
Right. Yeah.
they are,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they do deal with real topics, and
Yep.
there is real
Yep.
stuff going on in them. You know what I
Completely,
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. It's like you're painting an ugly painting, or no, you're painting a painting of something familiar,
Yeah.
but you're using ugly colors.
no doubt.
right?
Seems very mundane, but the more you keep looking at it, the more you keep realizing
It's
there's
one of
way
the-
more
yeah.
stuff going on.
Yeah, it's one of those paintings that you have to stare at it
Yeah.
for like 10 minutes
The
before you
rocket
see-
ship is moving.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
Great.
David Lynch is my
I mean,
number 10. Yeah,
You know, our love of Lynch is, yeah. No, and that's a good one. I'm another one where I go, oh, damn it, I don't even know why he didn't come up. I didn't even think about him. But, you know, yeah, no. Well, I mean, your love of Lynch is eventually deeper than mine in many ways. But, no, unsurprising, to
Yeah,
say the least.
yeah.
Right on, man. So, okay, number 9.
Number 9.
This was tough because this is where I go, he deserves to be higher simply because of the amazingness that he did, especially early on, but nonetheless has been beaten by those who are no doubt students of his. So my number 9 was Francis Ford Coppola.
Ooh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, the Godfather series alone,
Yeah.
even 3, I'm sorry, it's
Hey.
not great, but, and again, it's competing against probably 2 of the greatest films that have ever been made.
Sure. Yeah.
Apocalypse Now. I mean, Jesus Christ. Even the documentary about Apocalypse Now
That's
is a
awesome.
fucking amazing,
Yeah, yeah.
film. Bram Stoker's, absolutely love. And then some that I think that maybe people forget or have never seen, because I would recommend all of them. The Rainmaker. It's a John Grisham novel that got remade.
Those are great.
I love
Yeah.
I love the Grisham novels in general when they get made, but dude, I mean, this was one that kind of came and went. Danny DeVito, Matt Damon's in it.
Yep.
Claire Danes is in it. I love that movie. I think
Yep.
it's really, really good.
Yep.
I like lawyer shit in general, but
Sure.
he directed it. The other one I think people forget, the movie Tucker, A Man in His
A
Dream.
Man in His Dream. Yeah.
I love
with,
that movie.
Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
Yeah.
Based on a true story about a man named Tucker who invents a car that, quite frankly, has all these amazing things. And, of course, every millionaire car company does everything they can to try to destroy him.
Yep.
Pretty much does. And then one that, taking a book that, you know, in my lifetime, I've probably read 10 books. And this is one that definitely, you know, affected me to see it brought to a movie, The Outsiders.
Which one?
The Outsiders.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
directed that. And when you... The emotional, you know, the emotion that goes into that, the whole drama in general, but around young boys is really interesting. Plus, the cast is like, oh my God, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought, yeah, Coppola's got to be on there for Godfather alone. But then when I went through his IMDb, it was like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
he's on my list. He's
Yeah,
got to.
no,
be.
he's got those movies that are like forever movies.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I mean, yeah.
And he's done some others that I understand. I mean, he's a guy with a vision, and sometimes that vision does not translate to
it does.
everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a nice way of saying it. More, but again, the pillars by which he set early on, I think, are ones we're still building off to this day.
Big time.
You know, so
yeah,
I just, you know, when you think drama, what's more dramatic than some of the Godfather stuff?
for sure.
You know, I knew it was you, Fredo. My God, what's more dramatic?
It's I die every time he says that.
Oh,
because it's
it's-
like, oh my god, he knows.
And it's
Yeah.
it's so beautifully directed. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was my number 9. How about you?
My number 9 was Milos Forman.
Another one that I circled. I circled around him.
All right. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Fantastic movie.
Fucking great movie.
Love that.
Amadeus.
I've never seen it, and that's why I didn't. Yeah, that's where he missed for me.
That's for me. That's my introduction to Tom Hulse.
Okay.
And the guy that plays I forget
The
his
guy
name.
who killed-
Scalieri.
yeah.
that guy.
From Last Action Hero. He
From
killed
Last
Amadeus.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and The People versus Larry Flint.
And those Few Good Men, or excuse me, Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Larry Flint made me go, oh, Milos is hitting it. And then I looked at the rest of his movies and went, oh, never mind. Because I hadn't seen the other ones, so I couldn't comment.
See, so
both of those are fantastic movies.
And
Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest still holds up, by the way.
Still, it's such a great movie. And
For an older film.
Forever, I'm going to try to find a beanie, much like Jack Nicholson's in that movie, because it stays put.
Yes, it does.
You know,
you gotta have the
does
right
not
head.
move. Yeah.
Doesn't move up the ears at all.
It doesn't give him that nipple head
No.
that all my other
You
beanies
gotta be
give me.
crazy.
Well, that's true. You got to have eyebrows like that, right?
Fantastic films, and yeah, Milo. I mean, even if you just put those, because he's done more, but even if you just put those 3,
Just
you're
those,
kind of like,
you're off to a good start.
oh, absolutely.
Right, yeah.
That's why people still, tried to work with him even later in life because of just those movies alone.
Yeah.
All right, well, my number 8, I went with Wes Anderson.
Ooh, yeah.
Very
Yep.
quirky.
Yep.
It's still drama. There's lots of comedy. Very weird comedy because he's just a weird dude. But I mean, The Royal Tenenbaums, I think it might still be his best film. I don't think he's ever beat it, in my personal opinion. And I could watch that a million times over. I love Moonrise Kingdom,
Yeah.
Isle of Dogs, The French Dispatch, Asteroid City. Sometimes it gets a little, his last one, The Phoenician, something or other. I liked it, but it's also kind of like, all right, Wes, I get what your trick is. Sometimes it works with me, sometimes it does. Like Budapest Hotel, I wasn't really.
I like that one.
Darjeeling didn't
Darjeeling
really.
Limited, yeah.
You know what I mean? But when he hits, like Moonlight Kingdom or Royal Tenenbaums, Moonrise Kingdom, yeah. When it hits, it really hits for me, and I very much dig it. But yeah, he very quirky, very weird. He definitely a guy where you don't watch a movie of his and go, who is this? Like you know who it is the moment it starts.
Yeah.
So how about you? How about your number 8?
My number 8 was also Wes Anderson.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
What a weird coincidence. For all the same movies.
Yeah, right?
I did also like the French
Dispatch
of the long title that
French
comes
Dispatch
afterwards.
is enough. We don't need the Fiona
I
Apple title.
loved that movie.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that movie.
The vignettes that you get to, right? He did it in smaller little.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
Yep.
Yeah, I totally did.
Yeah, and Moonrise Kingdom,
Yeah.
Royal Tenenbaums. I did like Darjeeling Limited.
Okay.
What's the Grand Budapest Hotel?
Yeah.
Like it's just because I know I get made fun of by band members who tell me that I like things from other places, and a lot of his movies put me in other places. And again, really familiar situations.
Yes.
Like I've never been camping really,
No,
right?
I got
But
you.
like
I've never been in a submarine with Steve Zissou.
exactly,
Yeah,
right,
right.
Like whoever that is.
Yeah.
But like it just puts me in these situations. Royal Tenenbaums. I know we all have families, and
Yes.
oh boy, that's a whole other ass episode.
But there's such heart to it. At the same time.
That's the thing.
You
There's
know?
heart to it. There's honesty in it. And even if people are lying to each other,
Right.
it's done in a way that's like you could almost say like, yeah, I could see somebody making up that excuse or using that line to get away with this, and yeah. So Wes Anderson is great.
I love him. Like I said, just very quirky, weird, and just things that he rides a fine line of outrageous and still feels like it could happen.
Big time.
I just love the stuff for that.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 7.
Number 7.
Might be a little bit of a surprise in positioning,
All right.
but I went with Stanley Kubrick.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Damn. He's one that I left out.
Interesting. That's surprising to me.
Dude,
But
believe me,
nonetheless-
it's surprising to me too.
And again, as I was more like, am I really going to put Kubrick at 7?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Kubrick, for fuck's sake. But it was also Barry Lyndon bored the fucking shit out of me.
Same.
It looks beautiful, but I don't need 4 hours of looking beautiful.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? And it really, if you look at his, 2001: Space Odyssey, I have to say I've never actually seen it, so I
okay.
can't count that. But Eyes Wide Shut, my God. Clockwork Orange, please. Full Metal Jacket, amazing.
Yeah.
And then his early ones, because I did kind of go, LACMA out here had a Kubrick exhibit.
The one we went to, right?
No, we went to the Del Toro one.
Oh no, I went to a
did you
LACMA too.
did you okay? Maybe that I didn't. We didn't go
I
together.
went to
We
the-
didn't go together on that.
Oh,
one.
okay.
That's what I meant.
It was an Eyes Wide Shut exhibit that I went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This one was at LACMA. It was just a Kubrick in general. So
Right.
it had all this stuff. So of course I walked out of there and was like, oh, I'm going to now have to watch every Kubrick movie.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I did my best until I got to Barry Lyndon, and it was just like, all right, Kubrick, we're done here. But two of the early ones that I watched of his that were really like, wow, these are really, really, really well good. I mean, I did not put on the list because technically it's more comedy than it is drama,
Sure.
but it is an amazing movie. It's Dr. Strangelove. You know.
Great movie. No, I mean, it's honestly there's some serious stuff being talked about in
The
there.
topics are very serious. They're
Yeah.
just not doing it in a serious
That's-
way.
that
and
is
that's
true.
the beauty of it. You know what I mean?
When you have
that's
the
why it's
Pink
subversive.
Panther,
Yeah,
you know.
right. Trying to stop himself from Zeke Heiling every
Yeah,
2 seconds.
yeah.
You know? Yes, or the great line of George C. Scott: "Gentlemen, no more fighting. This is a war room." You know, I mean, that you can't. You know. And the fact that Kubrick did that, you know,
Yes, exactly.
and you know,
Yeah.
The Shining again, more
Shining.
horror than drama, but
Well,
nonetheless,
see, that. I'm glad you mentioned
please,
The Shining.
please.
The book is horror. Kubrick's is drama.
You're right. You're not wrong.
Right.
And again, I just kind of kept those out mainly because those are ones that I think can ride the line in other ways. But
Right.
the other two I wanted to add because I would recommend them to people. They're his early movies. One of his, it's not his first, but the one that was the first kind of hit for him called The Killing. It's very good. It's like a crime noir at a racetrack.
Yep.
Fantastic.
That's a great movie.
And then the one that's really good is Paths of Glory.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, do yourself a favor. Douglas, his dad, Kirk Douglas. He is a general in World War I Army and essentially goes against the wishes to send his men over the trench. And now he's essentially dealing with what is the cost of war.
Right.
It's a very good movie.
That's
I would
cool.
highly recommend
That's
it.
cool.
And it's early Kubrick. So
Nice.
yeah, he made my number 7 again. Probably deserves to be higher, but unfortunately just didn't have the amount of movies that, and a guy much like Francis, that the rest of my list are guys who are pretty much standing on the shoulders of a Kubrick and a Francis Ford nonetheless.
All right. Well,
So your number 7, please.
prepare your butt cheeks. My number 7 is Michael Mann.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know
did
he
not
ma-
make mine, but yes,
He was present in one of, I think in the action.
yes, very highly.
Right.
Yes, I mean, how could he not be?
I think he was our number 1.
I believe he was. Yes, our number 1 in
But
action.
if you go back and watch those movies,
You
I
are-
think it's 50% action, 50% drama.
The
you know?
action is used to go around. The drama is necessary. Otherwise, it's just stupid guys shooting
It's just
at
stupid
each other.
guys.
Yes,
Exactly. Right.
I agree.
So of course Heat, our beloved Heat.
Oh yes,
Right.
Yes.
Collateral.
Yes.
And then I'm fucking drawing a blank now.
I mean, yeah. Thief. I mean,
Thief. There you go. That's the other one I have listed.
Manhunter. Absolutely.
Manhunter. Yeah. Which
Miami
all
Vice.
right.
Even I love
R.I.P.
Miami Vice.
Tom Noonan.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, Miami Vice was another great one. So like he's got a way of
The Last Mohicans.
Last of them, dude. My brother's gonna get mad that I missed that one. But it was I did have Thief, Collateral, Manhunter,
Fantastic.
Heat, and I'll add Last of the Mohicans to that. But yeah, Michael Mann is a dude who I think can balance, between genres without losing himself too much in one or the other.
Yeah.
Right?
And and I regret not having him on here, but nonetheless, like, certainly in our world, like, it is funny. Kind of what we were talking about when the list in general is like, sometimes it's not just who they are, but how does it affect us?
That's it.
Right?
Like
And Mann has affected us in some ways, maybe even more so than a Francis or a Kubrick.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Also because like a movie like Heat, us being LA locals,
Yes.
like we're gonna go around a place that's familiar because of the movie and be like, that's the place.
Yeah, no.
That's, and then in our head we're all of a sudden placing ourselves in the movie.
Sure.
We're escaping the bullets from the bank shootout.
No, you can't go wrong with Michael Mann, and it was an omission, but an omission that I thought he was just. I wanted to present him more in my action.
Sure.
And kind of see if I could find other people that in the drama where I knew they wouldn't, Francis Ford Coppola just wasn't going to make the comedy list. I knew that.
Right,
So,
right.
I wanted to kind of shine a light on some others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. No, I love that. Again, our love of Michael Mann is.
Yeah.
My number 6. I went with Paul Thomas Anderson, or as his friends call him, PTA. I mean, his latest one Battle After Another, I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
Boogie Nights, I mean, coming out of the gates, technically, with Boogie Nights, is an amazing movie. But then these three, to me, like, they almost should have put them higher because of how much I love them. But The Master, There Will Be Blood,
yeah.
And then Magnolia, which I think might be his best. It's one of the great Tom Cruise performances all time.
I have to be honest. I love Magnolia, but I have to go back and watch it again because it's been a good minute.
And it's a long one, but I love when he does those ones where it's like 4 stories are all happening at once, but they will culminate at some point. You know what I mean? And it's just, I love Magnolia. Punch Drunk Love is good. There's there's others and stuff like that. The one where There Will Be Blood guy as a seamstress or whatever. He's making the dress.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember that. It was good. You know what I mean? But Heart 8 is a good one too. But Magnolia, There Will Be Blood, and the Master, aptly titled. I think that movie is unbelievably good. Yeah. And I just think those 3 alone, he's going to make my list. And the way he handles drama is very cool, and the way he directs it. I mean, Boogie Nights, I know it's been talked ad nauseum, but it's when they go in to buy the cocaine with Sister Christian playing. The way he builds the tension in there, and it's just like, good Lord, dude.
And then with the little dude kind of throwing the little firecrackers, and it's just like, oh my God,
yes,
like, can you please?
Like,
stop?
you feel like you're tense.
Yes,
and
exactly.
I'm just sitting in the audience.
Yeah.
So that was my number 6.
Number 6. My number 6 was once again Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Copy my homework, but make it just a little bit different.
I'm spelling it different.
I went with PTA.
Yeah, good old PTA, Parent Teachers Association. I did like Punch Drunk Love a lot.
Yeah,
it's a great movie. First time I saw it, it stressed me out, so I had to rewatch it again just to make sure I wasn't overreacting. Boogie Nights is on there, of course. The Master, There Will Be Blood. But I also did like One Battle After Another, or as I like calling it, One Battle Vest After Another, because there's many opportunities. But that movie is awesome, right? Like because he creates tension in weird places also.
Yeah, that car chase scene.
The car chase.
That thing is just like, it's so nothing and everything all at the same time. Yes,
because you're like, oh, I hope this resolves in the way that I want to.
Well, it's also not. It's not Bullet. It's not Ronin. They're not swerving in and out. Oh my God, they almost hit a car. In fact, nothing's really happening until you start to realize what she's trying to make happen. Yeah. And when it happens, you go, God, that was brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, he's a fucking great director who's made some amazing films in general, and I hope I hope that it continues.
Yeah, I hope we get more meetings for the PTA.
All right, my number 5. This was a little bit of a surprise to me, but then when I went through his IMDb, I was like, he deserves it. It was between him, but I'd already done Spielberg in action, and I think of him more in action in those ways. But my number 5 was Ron Howard.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
So I went with movies like 13 Lives was probably one of his last ones. This is the one about rescuing the boys in the Philippines that got stuck in the cave.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that
one.
Oh,
dude, it's so well done and as accurate as you could possibly get with it. Really well done. Great, just like, again, building the tension, building the drama. How are they going to do this when they reveal the plan and you realize, oh, my God, are they really going to do it like this? You know, and Viggo Mortensen's in it. Like, there's a ton of great names. It's really good. And it just shows that he's still kind of throwing a fastball this late in the game. His latest one that came out, I still have not seen it yet, called Eden. It's on Netflix right now. I'd really like to check it out. Bit of a flop, I guess, but I don't know what flops are anymore when it comes to these.
Like, we can't really trust the commercial success of stuff because
not anymore. I don't think anybody sees anything in the theater.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
But other ones that I think really fall into these things, Apollo 13 is an amazing film. I think he's great. One that I think is a little unsung, In the Heart of the Sea. That's the one with the Helmsworth brother that is essentially Herman Melville hearing from the lone survivor that is what inspired Moby Dick.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a great movie. I'd highly recommend it for anyone. I mean, the special effects of them just hunting the whales are just like, wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just understanding what a shitty job that really was, you know what I mean? Oh, it's amazing. It's a great movie. I'd recommend it. Again, maybe more on the action side, but the drama is definitely there. Backdraft, I think, is just
Backdraft is a great.
That's one of my-
I mean, there is action, but
No doubt.
I think if you measure it out,
Oh.
like honestly, if you look at the cups of action
I hear you.
as compared to the action,
I hear you.
the cups of drama, I think it's like two.
well.
two
The
cups.
look,
action.
the drama sets up everything else, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the little brother taking over, where the big brother, has established himself.
Mhm.
Marriages are falling apart. Everything's the drama. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then we, do the cool fire shit and run through it in slow motion.
Yeah, yeah. As
Um,
every firefighter does.
Clearly, nobody wears a mask. Can't see my face. And then two older ones, and I don't, depending on our audience, they're two of my favorite ones. One may not hold up as much now under the scrutiny, and understandably so, but the other one I think is vastly underrated, and I think is one of my all-time favorite movies. So I'll go with Parenthood.
Ooh, great movie.
I mean, you talk about
Great
drama,
movie.
great
Yeah.
family drama. You're talking Diane Weiss, Steve Martin.
Yeah.
The list goes on. This is young Keanu Reeves in it.
Yeah.
Young Joaquin Phoenix
Yep.
is in it.
Yep.
It's such a great movie. The balance of drama, humor, it's just he just knocks
yeah.
it out of the park with that movie. And another one, I know you've seen it. Again, this is maybe one that maybe had to be our age. Gung Ho. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Right? Again, there's probably stuff in it that probably would not fly today.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
sure.
But I still recommend the movie. Very fun. When Michael Keaton was at his first peak, and just it's such a good movie. And it was neat looking back at Ron Howard's just IMDb and realizing, wow, he has really directed a lot of movies that I
A
very
lot,
much
yeah,
that I
yeah.
love. And kind of a Spielbergish in a way where it's like,
Yep.
I think sometimes because his movies are so commercial, we
Yeah.
forget, like we don't give him enough credit.
Right.
Like it somehow takes away from, they're fucking good though too. I don't
Yeah.
care how commercial they are, So yeah, that was my number 5. How about you?
Nice. My number 5 was Christopher Nolan.
Nice.
I put down Inception,
Yes, sir.
Tenet. I love Tenet.
Tenet, amazing.
The Prestige,
Yes.
and I did include the Batman movies
Yeah.
as like
I-
the 3 as one,
I
just
feel you.
because when you take away the costume and everything,
Mhm.
he's still dealing with like very big social issues, right?
Yes.
Like it is like the third one is total class war.
Absolutely.
Right. The second one is about like how far does one go
Yeah.
to stay true and honest and on the up and up, right?
Absolutely.
And-
The drama between him and the Joker is everything.
yeah, yeah. So like Christopher Nolan, a giant, a titan in the industry at this point, right? So
One of those ones too that would have probably been higher on my list,
yeah,
and he's higher than you, but I could not find a movie I didn't like.
yeah, yeah. And see, that's the thing. That's why I say any of these
Mhm.
could be my number one.
No, again, as I get into my top 5, absolutely. I think
Yeah.
Ron Howard probably wasn't ever going to get my number 1,
Right.
but my top 4, I could have arranged them in any way.
Yeah, my top 4, I'm gonna be like, ugh, I
Yeah.
should put that guy
I-
above the other then.
But
Yeah.
again, that's why I try to make it easier on myself by just going like, look, if they have the more movies, they have the more movies.
right,
And that's the way I did it. So, no, I mean, again, Nolan's on my list, and every one of those ones you said, there's no movie he's made I don't like.
right, yep,
And there's no movie he's made that I don't watch. Even, I would say, and this may be, sacrilege to some degree, Dunkirk, I think, is his lowest film on my list.
wow, okay.
But I cannot stop watching it.
I haven't seen Dunkirk, but I'll tell you what one's the lowest one on mine. Oppenheimer.
Okay, I love Oppenheimer. I've seen it several times. I very
Yeah.
much. He's number 1 for me, and I think we've discussed this, and I've had this debate even with my son and my family. Is I had to come to terms with it, which I'm not mad about it, but
Sure.
it's Interstellar. The themes, all of it, just works for me in every
Yeah,
single way.
Interstellar's, yeah.
Number 2 would probably be Memento, but Interstellar is my number 1
Yeah,
Christopher Nolan movie.
yeah.
I think it is brilliant in every sense of the word.
I think it's Inception for me.
Mm-hmm.
Inception, Interstellar. Well, okay.
There's no movie you're going to name.
Yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
gonna,
Let me
please.
let me step back.
Please.
First is Batman because I am a fucking
And as I
dork,
always
right?
say, I usually will omit them because they are so standalone
Sure.
on their own.
You're
It's
right,
almost
you're right.
unfair.
Okay.
But they're amazing films.
If that's my honorable,
Yeah.
most
I
honorable
gotcha,
mention
I gotcha.
is the Batman
Yeah,
movies, and then it is Inception, Interstellar, and I do think Tenet is right there.
It's rising. Every time I watch it, it rises.
It's
but
such a beautiful movie.
I think with Interstellar that you're dealing with such high concept, but when it comes right down to it, it really is about the love of family.
Yes.
And the depths of which we will go to tell each other that we love each other.
I have this lore
Please.
in my head where Inception is about not being able to let go, because you're so
Sure.
in stuck in grief. That Tenet is about the dependency of the other person, where you're not necessarily stepping into grief,
Okay.
but there is a dependency on something else.
Interesting.
You know,
Okay.
and so like for me, those two are kind of like linked. So if I start watching Inception, you can bet your ass we're having a marathon with Tenet after.
Oh, you could do worse, and that's your entire day.
Yeah.
And if you put Oppenheimer in there, you're probably up till 3 a.m. But
Yeah.
great director. So my number 4.
4. Yeah.
Again, this may feel sacrilegious, but nonetheless, I had to go by just the movies that I liked. I put Martin Scorsese.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, again, this is one of the guys you like Francis Ford Coppola and a Kubrick. To me, these are the pillars. You know, that drama, as I understand it, as I like to watch. Without those 3, I don't know that I'm interested in it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, Casino,
Yep.
Cape Fear, Shutter Island, and one of my all-time favorites from him, Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New York is great.
I fucking can watch that I don't know why it doesn't get the love that I think it deserves. I see that people don't hate it, but they kind of with it. I never understand it.
Yeah, people have some sort of trouble like dealing with that movie.
Yeah, and listen, you know, again, I do not mean to shit on her personally. It's just to say she's a little weak in it. I can't think of her name now, from The Mask and everything else.
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz. I think she's the weak link in the movie. She's not horrible, but she's also going up against 2 of our greatest actors, you know, who are both throwing fastballs.
Yeah,
the
Daniel
entire time.
Day-Lewis
and Leonardo. I mean, it's
yeah.
just like, but I love that movie, and and it may be my favorite other than Goodfellas, because Goodfellas is unto itself.
Yes.
But Gangs of New York might be my absolute favorite Martin Scorsese film in general. But yeah, I mean, I just, you know, it's drama, it's violent drama, but it's drama nonetheless with Martin Scorsese. You know, I mean, I didn't even include stuff like, you know, Departed and stuff like that, which I do enjoy, but you know, I just wanted to stick to those other ones. So yeah, that was my number 4. How about you?
My number 4 was Sir. I think he's a Sir.
Okay.
Ridley Scott.
Yeah, another one that I feel like I certainly gave him his flowers in action and sci-fi. You know, sci-fi is going to be coming at some point.
He is one where especially for the ones that I like them for.
I feel you.
He, I think, marries action and adventure
Oh.
really well with drama, where it's like 50-50 almost, like much like Michael Mann, but just in different time periods.
There's rarely anything that Ridley Scott does that I don't like. I've come across a few, but
Napoleon, you know,
I have not.
I
I've
gotta
not
be
seen
honest.
that yet.
Napoleon's kind of the first one where I stand corrected by myself. Gladiator Part 2.
Definitely, and I just recently watched Robin Hood. I did not like that.
The Kevin Costner.
No.
The one he did with
yeah. With Mr. I Like to Punch People from Australia.
Yeah.
That
one was kind of
was not good at all.
Yeah.
I also read that things did not go well behind the scenes either.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. You know, look.
But
when you look at his resume, if what do you get? Well, you know, what is he batting? Well over 500.
Yeah, over 500.
The man is a genius.
He could swing at a couple of them.
He can miss a few. It's fine.
Yeah. So obviously Gladiator, Kingdom of Heaven,
Amazing.
which I think is none of these are also historically accurate. Right. Like obviously Gladiator. There were no gay giraffes trying to mate in the.
Gladiator 2 I love too. It's like, I know you have sharks. I'm just trying to understand how you got them in.
Yeah.
No.
What's the filtration system like?
Right. Like, where have you been storing them this entire time? Yeah.
Yeah. So Ridley Scott, you know,
amazing.
He's awesome. Like I'm not gonna spend too much on Ridley Scott because we did it, I think, the first time around.
No,
but he's my number 4.
No, he's again and one that I definitely circled around, but I felt like was represented better in other places. But I mean, you can't. We could watch all, his movies for an entire day, and you still wouldn't finish all of it. And even naming Kingdom of Heaven, one of those amazing movies that's actually better to watch, truly is better as a director's cut than
Yes,
it is to watch what went out in theaters.
Yep.
You know, and underrated by him, I think. Unfortunately,
very much so. Yeah.
I think if you're not if you haven't seen it, I think you're missing out.
Honestly, there's 2 movies of his that go underrated by him.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom of Heaven is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is Legend.
Oh yes, no, yeah. I think being so early in his career, I think it gets missed. But yeah, no, I love Legend. And it's you know, also his range.
Oh,
I mean, just like you know, to go from Alien to Legend to Kingdom of Heaven to these other, you know, it's just like wow, he really can do everything.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So okay, great. No, again, you're not going to get me to be bad at Ridley Scott. That's for sure. This is where it started to get really tough for me, but nonetheless, my top 3, I'm putting them in, and this is just the way it's going to be.
All right.
So my number 3, David Fincher.
Okay. All right.
Oh, this will be fun. Another one where I looked at it and I went, I don't think there's one movie I don't like from him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Gone Girl, Dragon Tattoo, Fight Club. The last one he did that I really love, The Killer, that went on Netflix.
That's a great
amazing film. Social Network. I mean, talk about nothing happening.
Yeah.
Everything is talking. And it's, I mean, again, written also by the guy who did A Few Good Men. That guy is an amazing writer in general. His language is always some of my favorite. You know, Panic Room, Seven. Mank is great. 2 that I think are underrated, though one is rising. Zodiac, I think.
Oh my God, Zodiac is beautiful.
You know, finding out that it really didn't do that well at first, and now it's gained more ground. I mean, I think it's almost a perfect movie.
Yeah.
You know, and then the one I think is very underrated, but it's another one of those ones that I love where it's like I only know people who have seen it and love it, and those who haven't seen it, and that's The Game.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was
The Game is so good.
Great. Yeah,
so fucking good, and it's just like God damn. He's just one of those guys. You put Fincher on it, and it's like I'm seeing it.
Yeah,
I don't care. I mean, we haven't even talked about even Manhunter. You know, just whatever he touches, he creates. I'm already there. So yeah, that was my number 3. How about you?
Number 3 happens to be a person named David Fincher. I mean, I'm not surprised. We do share the same brain in many ways.
We
do. And I think at some point people are going to listen to this and be like, "Come on!" But yeah, David Fincher, Gone Girl. You know, very famously, I went to go see Gone Girl in the movies with my wife Amy, and I believe it was her birthday. And you know, they're plotting to kill each other. And at one point, we turned to each other and we're like, their names are Nick and Amy. And we're like,
and you're Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was working out for Batman. Yeah. I am Bat Affleck. Yeah, David Fincher's great. I want to see what he's going to do with this movie that he's directing for Tarantino.
Oh, right.
Right? He's doing the sequel for like the Once Upon a Time.
Yes. Yes.
So, like, when it's a writer, obviously, who can hold his own, Tarantino, like, you know, no fussing there.
No.
But then you got David Fincher's actual portrayal of the writing. That's going to be interesting.
Very, very.
Because his way of making movies is like you can tell when it's a Fincher movie.
Well, that's the beauty of great directors, right? There's a stamp on there, even if you're, you know, once you've established. When I watch a Ridley Scott, when I see a Scorsese film, you know it.
Yeah.
You know, much like a great band, they have a sound, a tone, you know.
Yep.
Even in diverse of what they do. But yeah, please. I'm with you. That's I agree that the idea of it filtering through a Fincher eye is very interesting.
It's very interesting, and because he's done good things with other people's work in the past, you know, like, so to see the same person that did Seven, or Zodiac, put something, you know, put their stank on something that Tarantino did. I think, you know, obviously it speaks highly of Tarantino to trust him.
Oh, sure.
But then David Fincher knows he's got to deliver. Right. You know, like he's got to come strong. Yeah. Right? So, yeah. So I think he's one of the perfect people to do that, and that's why he's my number 3.
Right on. No, again, you'll get no argument from me because he was my number 3 too. My number 2, you have already mentioned, but he did make my number 2 because, again, there's not a movie he's ever made that I don't like, and that's Christopher Nolan. Again. I mean, Oppenheimer, Tenet, Dunkirk, Interstellar, Batman 3, Batman's Inception, The Prestige, Memento. To me, like, that's my Saturday right there. I could sit and watch every one of those back to back to back, and I'd never get tired of it. Throw Inception, throw all of them in there. I don't think he. I mean, again, looking at his IMDb, he did not have a single full feature length film that I do not love and have watched 1,000 times.
Yeah, yeah.
He just brings this kind of. To some degree, you almost feel smarter but dumber at the same time when you watch some of his movies, like Interstellar or Inception. You're like, yeah. Sure, I'm totally grasping this concept, and meanwhile, you're like, I'm not sure I totally grasp this concept.
Like, what? I have to read about quantum
astrophysics now.
Right. Like,
which, by the way, these are the things he does.
Yeah.
Like he brings
yes.
on a quantum physics guy to go, yeah, that couldn't happen. And he goes, okay, well then, what do I got to do to make it look like that could happen?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Well, like Fincher with Zodiac. You find out him and the writer literally re-interviewed every single person that had anything to do with the Zodiac killings that were still alive.
And not only that, but they also put on a brown bag over their head and killed people. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, they do what they got to do. All right? It's for the art, and it's worth it. I thank them for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that when you think about how much they put into it, you see the love of it.
You see it, yeah, exactly.
Tenet using the real plane to crash it into an airport when they're like, couldn't we just use a model? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
And they're just like, okay, Christopher, you go ahead and do your thing. I just amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. He's in the book Nolan on Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
Not he, but they talk about his process and how like deep embedded he gets into it. And it's beautiful. I love stuff like that.
I do too. Yeah. I think he's just one of those guys, along with Fincher and the rest of these people, where you just go, it's so amazing to be alive in a time when we have a director doing these things.
Yeah,
for
sure.
I mean, whether Oppenheimer is your favorite or not, just think about what that story is, and you go, you're going to make a fucking 3-hour movie about this?
Yeah.
How the fuck am I going to be entertained for 3 hours about
yeah.
Okay, shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you did it. Congratulations. Holy shit. There's not a spaceship anywhere. There's no aliens. There's no gunfights.
Yeah.
It's just people.
Yeah, it's just
and
people
yet
talking. Yeah.
Thoroughly entertaining all the way through.
Yeah.
So that was my number 2. How about you?
My number 2 is Darren Aronofsky.
Another one I circled around.
I liked him for Requiem for a Dream.
Yes.
Black Swan.
Yes.
Pi.
Never seen.
The Whale.
Never seen.
The
Fountain.
The Fountain, which is one of my all-time favorites.
Those ones I had not seen. This is what kept me from putting him on there, because all the other ones you're about to name, I absolutely love.
Yeah. So Darren Aronofsky deal much like a David Lynch.
Yeah.
These are issues that a lot of people deal with.
Sure,
obviously, like Requiem is about addiction and stuff like that. And even though the outcomes of the addiction, where like the mom is kind of visualizing herself in the trivia game,
right,
in the TV game,
and really cleaning the house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Alan Barkin has never moved that way. Wait, not Alan Barkin. Ellen.
What is her name?
The other Ellen.
Yes, amazing actress.
I know it's Ellen.
Isn't her daughter the ones that does the Lynch movies, right?
I think you're right.
There's people yelling it right now at their fucking whatever they're listening to.
I know we have.
We'll come back to it.
I know we have tiny mega computers in our pockets right now, but I'll be damned if I'll.
Ellen Burstyn.
Burstyn. That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because she's in The Exorcist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. God damn. Wow. Wow. Talk about a woman who's been around. Wow.
Oh yeah. She's also like in the new Exorcist.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Italy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Darren Aronofsky, he's again, and much like David Lynch, he's painting what's supposed to be a regular looking picture, like a person trying out to be on a ballet squad.
Right.
But it's using ugly colors, the ugly colors of jealousy and, getting petty revenge and stuff like this. And the way it's portrayed in the movie might seem outlandish, but it's to prove the point, know.
He's Mother?
Mother, yes. Yeah, he's Mother.
That's probably my favorite from him.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And it is because of like what you're saying. You start out going, what am I? And then you're about 10 minutes in and you realize, okay. I love where you're going with this.
Yep.
Now just strap in and let's see where we
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and a guy, again, stuff like those are also ones where you go, this is an Aronofsky movie, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Yep. He's got his own style.
Yeah.
He I think he came out strong too when he came out with Pi.
Very much so. Yeah. I mean that that's what set him up. And then Requiem for a Dream got a lot of
attention.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No. Again, a name that we can all. I think is he the wrestler also, right?
The Wrestler.
You know that one, yeah. Again,
That's a
and
beautiful
some
movie.
and some range too. I mean, it's not they're all the Mother is not, Mother and Black Swan are closer than the Wrestler
Than
is.
the Wrestler.
You know what I mean? But shows what he can do. You
Yeah.
know, for sure. No, a fantastic one that I definitely circled around. It just, yeah, you named some that I just haven't seen, so I knew. You know, when I did see his name, I thought so, especially with The Fountain, because I know how much you love that
Yeah,
movie.
I love
I
it,
had a
yeah.
feeling he might make your list. All right, so my number one,
Number 1.
which is interesting because they were nothing more than a footnote for yourself, the Coen brothers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were my number one. When
Yeah.
their blend of dark humor,
Yeah.
weird jokes that sometimes you go, huh? And the drama within, I love them. Again, not every movie. I'm not a Barton Fink guy.
Sure.
There's a couple others that aren't really my thing. But when I think of movies like Inside Llewyn Davis is one of my favorite from them.
Okay.
No Country, my God.
No Country's
I mean,
great.
Fargo.
Fargo. Yeah.
Raising Arizona and Blood Simple is
Blood
amazing.
Simple. Yeah, I love
know?
Blood Simple.
And then
Yeah.
there's some ones that are kind of smaller in there that, I mean, people who know them, but other people have probably not seen. I love the Hudsucker Proxy.
Great movie.
It's very comical, but,
Yeah.
very short and to the point. And I love it. And again, feels like a Coen brother movie.
Yeah.
But my all-time favorite movie from them, and one of my all-time favorite movies, Miller's Crossing.
No shit.
I love Miller's Crossing.
Wow.
There's just something about it. Everybody in it is just, just 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it's just like, God, everybody's just so great. And I just, what's the rumpus? The way they
Yeah.
talk, it's almost like they took like a page out of David Mamet, where
yeah.
when you know it's David Mamet, just the way everybody talks.
Yep.
Because you're like, people don't talk like this. You know what I mean? And they took a little bit of that. There's like the gangster kind of, hey, let me hear it, and it's just like, I absolutely love that movie. And again, one of those ones where I look at their IMDb and I just go, man, there's only like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, and maybe a couple
Yeah.
others. Like I like Burn After Reading. I thought that was good, but
That's those
Please.
2 movies you just listed
Yeah.
are what almost got them into my actual 10.
I got you.
Burn
yeah.
After Reading is such a fun,
Yeah.
quick movie.
Yeah.
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is basically if you don't want to read the Odyssey,
Yeah.
right? You watch that movie and it's like, oh, okay. you know?
Yeah, I didn't want to read the Odyssey, and now that I saw it, I don't want to see that movie ever again either, to be honest with you. It really didn't do much for me. I mean, I
Well-
certainly liked the music, and there were parts that were good, but it's not,
Our
I do
number-
not include it.
My
in-
number 5, Christopher Nolan, is coming out with his own version of the Odyssey
Oh,
pretty
yes.
soon. So
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
That's, But yeah, Coen Brothers, my longevity with them, and every time another one where I see their name and I'm like, okay, I'm in. I
Yeah.
definitely want to. And again, they've definitely Hail Caesars and stuff like that where
Sure.
I'm like, oh boy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But, Big Lebowski's, and again, not so much a drama, more of a comedy,
Right.
granted, but it's just like such a singular voice, even though there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's just like, it's so just weirdly weird that you just can't turn away. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah, they were my number one, again, based mainly on the idea of just like, as I go down their IMDb, it's like, man, they outnumber everybody on movies that I absolutely love and have affected me. So that was my number one. How about yourself?
Number 1 is Martin Scorsese.
Oh, okay. Again.
Hey, can't go wrong.
No,
right?
I mean, my God, man.
Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yep.
For me, Killers of the Flower Moon really kind of put them over the
Fantastic.
edge.
Yeah.
I
I should have included that on my list because it really was good.
Yeah. Also, another one of my favorites from him, which rarely gets mentioned, is The Last Temptation of Christ.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I love that version of that movie
I hear you.
because it's. I mean, obviously, we're all familiar with that type of story,
Sure.
right? But then he uses these kind of like outside of the box actors to portray these people,
Right.
Right? So like David Bowie's fucking Pontius Pilate,
Right.
And fucking of all people, you have the Green Goblin playing Jesus Christ,
Right.
Where it's like, what is going on here? You know. But yeah, he's got a way
I
with.
consider myself a bit of a deity myself.
Yeah, he's got a way of just telling stories.
Yeah.
I'm not really counting The Irishman because that one was
Yeah, I
kinda like
didn't. No, I thought that was
that's
bad.
for me. That's when directors get too bloated on their own fart smell. You know,
It's also, it felt great to get the band back together, I'm sure.
Yes,
And
yeah.
the story was one that feels like who else could possibly tell this story?
right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you just throw a shit ton of money at them.
Yep,
And it's just
yep.
like, well, what, and then outside of the de-aging processes and so on and so forth,
Yeah.
there's a lot of great actors in there all killing it.
Sure,
It just
sure.
and again, you're also talking about, if this was almost any other director, it'd probably be in their top 10.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
But
yeah.
it's like Martin Scorsese's up there hitting home runs, and then he hits a triple, and you go, "What the fuck, bro?"
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like, "Hey, what? I
Yep.
drove some runs in. What the hell?"
But it's
But
also
yeah.
like for me, it's like when they don't have a person saying like,
I agree.
let's cut it down a bit, let's slow down those horses. Much like Coppola
Yeah.
with the last movie, the
I have not seen it. but yes,
Megalopolis or
Megalopolis.
whatever.
I have
Yeah.
not seen.
which is
I'm sure it is, but I still reserve judgment until I have seen.
of
But
course, no, yeah,
And,
but-
and again, I think it's again, you throw about a bunch of money and say, "Hey, go get all your buddies together and let's make a movie." Who's going to say no?
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? But yeah, no, The Irishman, I think, but it also shows coming back with the Flower Moon thing.
Yep.
Okay, he hasn't lost his fastball.
He hasn't. No, I think he just needs to find. I hate putting it this
No,
way.
no, no.
Needs to find his lane.
Yeah.
Right. And just remember, start off slow, tell your story.
Right.
Don't get you can fart, but don't get high on your own supply.
And also, look, you've shown time and time again, it doesn't have to be gangster stuff.
right.
I get it.
Right.
Like, if you're going to do a gangster movie, why wouldn't you want Martin Scorsese to do it? I
of
get
course,
it.
yeah.
But, I mean, Color of Money, there's plenty of stuff. It's Age of Innocence, for
Age
fuck's
of
sake.
Innocence. Yeah.
There's no gangster about that.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
yeah.
Merchant Ivory shit. I mean, and just honkies galore. It doesn't, it's got nothing to do with anything. So, yeah, no. And again, one of those, as I said, when I put him, a pillar. This is a guy
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
The Nolans, all these guys, are all standing on the shoulders of,
Right,
and
yeah.
showing us all how it's done.
Yeah.
Every one of our favorite directors now is stealing something from a Martin Scorsese
Of course,
movie,
yeah.
So yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, that was honestly very exhausting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, unsurprising that some of I knew there would be names that matched, and maybe not in the same position,
And
but
same
nonetheless,
exact 3 out of 10
it was
they matched exactly.
Pretty interesting to say
The
the
two
least.
Andersons and
I think. Oh, and our Fincher.
Fincher.
Yes.
Yeah, had 3.
Yeah. No, that was very interesting.
I was gonna put Fincher first, but I was like, nah, I think it's gonna be Scorsese because I had just seen Heat. Remember, I was telling you about Heat.
Yeah.
So I was like, it can't be Michael Mann.
Yeah,
up there.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's gonna be preference. So
No, it's
yeah, this one was tough.
I mean, there's nobody on either one of our lists, as far as I'm concerned, whose movies I don't want to see. That's
Right.
for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I'm down for any of them. You know what I mean? Ranking any of the shit can be futile at best.
And
you know?
again, there are tons and tons of drama directors or tons of drama movies.
Oh, yeah.
that like we obviously overlooked, that we
Yes.
forgot about. We just didn't want to include them for whatever reason.
well,
you
just
know?
great films, but that director didn't make any others that
Any
touched me or
others.
that I gave a
Yeah.
shit about. You
That
know
is-
what I mean?
that's it.
As I
Yeah.
said, 12 Angry Men is probably my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
It really, truly is. But Sidney Lumet just didn't make enough that would make my list. That's all.
Yeah,
You know?
because
But I think that thing's a masterpiece, and I think that alone, if
Yeah.
we were just talking movies, would be in there. You know?
yeah.
But no,
Well,
it's always fun. But this one
hopefully-
definitely was. Whew.
Hopefully, folks that enjoy movies that listen to this
Yeah.
don't get too pissed off at us.
No,
I
tell-
mean,
I mean,
and
look,
even if you do, let us know.
Yeah, let us
You know,
know.
let
Tell
us
us
know.
some ones that you think we're omitting. I mean, and if you know of any great dramas that you think could make these lists, please tell us.
I also want to include. I didn't leave out like foreign directors on purpose. There are a lot of movies that I enjoy from other countries. Again,
Uh-huh.
I like stuff from other places.
I'd say.
You know,
Well, the one that almost made my list is the one that did Ameros Perros.
Amores Perros.
Is
yeah.
that? Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. And Narat. Is it Inaratu?
In I was
He
gonna say
did The
two.
Revenant,
Inuratu.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That guy, he almost did make my list. Because The Revenant, my God. And then
Revenant's
the-
awesome. Yeah.
And the one that I tried to butcher at first, that one I love too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was somebody who said, I know you don't have to speak it. There's subtitles. Check this
Right.
out. I think you'll
Yeah.
love this movie. And you go, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. This is
Yes,
a great
yeah.
film. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're definitely, when you gotta put it in 10 and you're trying to be honest and true to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, I could make a list of some amazing stuff, then pretend like I know who these people are.
Yeah.
But I figured, hey, just stay true to who you are.
But I'd also be lying if I said, like it's gonna be a little bit of homework.
Oh yeah.
But I like this type of homework.
Oh
like,
yeah. Well, like I said, like a Ron Howard was a perfect one where I went, man, if you just told me the list, I would have never put him on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad I looked at him and went, oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
He's directed a bunch of movies that I love, and they do definitely fall into the dramatic categories.
Yeah.
So
for
yeah,
sure.
and also fun to back. Oh God, maybe I need to see that one again. I haven't seen that one in a long time.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
these are always interesting tasks, to say the least. You know, some are easier than others. You know,
Some are
'cause they're
definitely
just
easier. Yeah.
they're just ones that I'm much more of a comedy guy than I think I am a drama guy. But doing
Right.
this made me realize, no, you actually do watch a lot of drama.
Yeah, you watch a lot of drama. Yeah.
I love drama.
Drama for all the mamas. All right, so what have you been listening to?
So quite a bit. As far as older stuff, as I say, trying to listen to old stuff, try to go back and so some Slayer.
yeah.
Recently went on a little excursion with your band to go play, and we your drummer as always says something that kind of irks everybody with his taste in music, saying he does not like Seasons in the Abyss. So I
Yeah,
had no
that's-
choice but to put on Seasons in the Abyss and enjoy it in every sense of the word.
Yeah. Yeah.
I very much got deep back into one of my favorite black metal bands, Akitsa.
oh yeah.
I really love them. They just do everything I love about black metal. That just raw, sounds like it's recorded in a cave on a Casio, and I love that shit. Another band that I very much like, Scissor Fight.
Scissor Fight's great.
They're so just fun, especially the older stuff.
Yeah.
I know they put out an album recently. Most of the band isn't the band that I like, but
Right.
like bands like or albums like Jaggernaut, Man Trapping for Sport. I mean, just like New Hampshire's all right if you like fighting.
Yeah.
You know, Blizzards, Buzzards, and Bastards. It's just like, great riffs. It's like if Clutch wasn't trying to be so hoity-toity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fucking love Scissor Fight.
Good point on that. On if Clutch wasn't trying to be all fancy.
Which
schmancy about shit.
and I like early Clutch a lot. I really,
Sure.
truly do. I don't hate Clutch. It's just to say, like, if Clutch just was drinking way more beer and smoking way more pot, just
Yeah.
like saying, fuck it, almost like the Clutch demos before they put anything else out.
Yeah.
Another one that I dived a little deeper into, because their second album I did not give as much of a chance as I should have, and I listened to it again. I did like it a little bit more, but still didn't. But Surskew.
Oh yeah. Well, the first album.
The first one, no, I absolutely love that. We got to see
Yeah.
her live on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one, Unreality. I love that record. The second one is a little brighter. It's a little sunnier. There's even some live drums on it and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I forgot the name of the title now, but I still enjoyed it. I love her voice.
She's
I
got a
love her
great
kind
voice.
of image and the way she presents herself in general. But it was just one of those ones like I hadn't heard that album in a long time, so I want to go back and listen to it. And it's just like, oh yeah, it's growing on me. But that first one just hits me every fucking time.
Yeah. First one's
so good.
beautiful. Album.
Another one I took another deep dive in, and as I love to do so much, is Nina Simone. She's been popping up on some reels, so I just like, God, I gotta get me some more Nina.
Hell yeah.
One of the albums I listened to, I forgot the name of the title now. I think it is the name of the Bee Gees song. It's essentially an all covers album. Most of it. There's like 2 songs I think that are her and her bass player wrote.
Huh.
Revolution 1 and Revolution 2, which are fucking amazing. But the rest are like she does a cover of Suzanne from Leonard Cohen that is amazing.
I like that song.
I love that song, and her cover is wow. She does a couple Bob Dylan ones. She does a Bee Gees cover. I'm trying to remember the name of the song because it's also the name of the album. But I listened to that and another one of her albums, and just she's one of those artists. I do understand. I think in obviously African American communities, they all understand her power and her beauty as an artist. I just wish more people did. I think she's. I think we. And I get it. May not be for everybody, but I don't know. She's so powerful in everything she does. I just absolutely love her. And then I listened to Roots. It's the 30th anniversary
30th
on Friday.
anniversary of Roots. Yeah.
So any excuse to listen to Sepultura.
Hey.
I'm listening to Sepultura. I don't need much more than that, to
Yeah.
be completely honest with you. Some newer stuff. Or even I should say new to me.
Yeah.
As always, I like watching the little reels with 5 albums you need to know. Hey, if you like this band, you'll also enjoy. So I'm a sucker for all those. One of them advertised one. Okay, which was as anybody who listens knows, I love Madlib. He's probably one of my favorite hip hop producers going right now. In fact, he really truly is my favorite hip hop producer. But he did a production on a woman who is a more jazz soul singer. But it goes by the name of Georgia Ann Muldrow, and the album is called Seeds. He produced it, so I don't think there's any live instruments. It's just him, essentially looping stuff, cutting stuff up, doing what he does, and she sings over the top of it. But he is using stuff. The first like 2 or 3 songs remind me of that like 70s Philly soul sound that was coming out at that time. You know, that's stuff that like Young Americans, David Bowie was trying to emulate. You know what I mean? Like it just, every song is great. Her voice is fantastic. But the songs also range from stuff about, you know, love, relationships, also socially conscious stuff or whatever. Just a great album called Seeds. I really, really enjoyed it. Again, tell me Madlib does, and I don't like everything that Madlib's ever done. Sure. You know, he's done some albums, which actually makes me love him even more because it's just like he's so willing to kind of go out there that he'll go to a place where I don't want to go. Yeah. But that's okay. I love that about him, you know. And I was really blown away by it. I thought it was a fantastic album.
Nice.
Another one, to my favorite hip hop going right now. My boy Boldy put out another album this year because, you know, it's only been 2 months. So I did not like it. I was pretty bummed. I think he's super talented. He's just another one where I'm just like, hey man, instead of 6 real, you know, good albums for the year, why don't you make 2 really good albums for the year? But having said that, another guy who's kind of doing the same thing, AJ Suede, who I absolutely love, he put out one, Side Eye, although spelled Psydeye. He's very like psychedelic and kind of I fucking love him. I think he self-produced this one, which he's been doing more of lately. This is by far his best one so far. I think it's fantastic all the way through. Really, he's catching his groove, and I was very excited to hear this one. So if you like AJ Suede, and I do, I recommend it. On the metal side, they're called Gothrop. Kuboa is the name of the album. They are from South Korea. Yeah. Heavy, sludgy, just dirty, ugly. Really, really good. Fantastic. If you especially like just grimy sludge, you know. Nice. And it was cool. South Korea. I was like, oh wow. I mean, I'm aware that music comes out of South Korea, but it's just to say, like, this is probably my first metal band that I have come across from South Korea.
Nice. Okay.
So that was really kind of cool. And just, I always love the idea of just like seeing where it all spreads. And, you know, I imagine there's a metal scene in South Korea, but still the idea that, you know, I mean, that's probably not massive, especially when you considering all the K-pop that comes out of that country. I mean, it's like, you know, but yeah, fucking great. And the thing that I think I was pretty interested in, I think you would be too. The last song on there is a song called In Heaven, and it's from Eraserhead.
Oh, yeah, In Heaven, Everything's Fine.
Yeah, they do a cover of it at the very end.
The Radiator Lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was listening to it. That song does kind of stand out at the end. It's very short, but you go, oh, okay, interesting. And then I was reading that, that's what it was. The last one, a band called Motherless, called Do You Feel Safe? Huh. It's got members of Atlas Moth and Wolfhammer.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. So if you like either one of those, check it out.
Nice.
Great
Motherless.
album. All right. I think it was Stavros. He was the singer from Atlas Moth. He is the singer in this band.
Giannopoulos.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is also the singer in this band. So if you liked his vocal style especially, it's not as spacey as Atlas Moth. Yeah. It's way more just like straightforward grunt, like sludgy, you know, just really heavy, good stuff. I'm thoroughly enjoying that album. Again, Do You Feel Safe? Nice. It's really, really good. Other than last one, I would say it's only one song. Modero? It was the one I sent you, the Amarok guys.
Oh yeah, I forgot the name of the band.
Yes, I'm an idiot for even bringing it up if I couldn't remember.
No. But I'm glad that you mentioned this. So I follow the singer on Facebook, and he had posted about moving up to Washington or something.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming this new band is the other guys in the band.
At least one of the dudes in the picture, I definitely recognize from Amarok.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know how many guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Necessarily are from the band, because you certainly you've seen these bands where it's like members of, and he finds out it's just one guy who's a member of those 5 other bands, and everybody else is nobody you've ever heard. You know what I mean?
Yep,
It could very well be. Either way, song was fantastic. I should have remembered the name of it so I could obviously recommend it, because otherwise I sound like an idiot.
No.
But
I'm glad you. I think
was
it is
really
Madero.
cool.
Yeah.
I think it may be. I'm hoping to hear more from it, because I was very excited to hear it. I thought it was really good. Those Amarok guys, especially, amazing albums.
They're great.
They're a great
super
album.
yeah.
I know their last one, I think, made your list a couple of years ago of
did.
one of your favorites. So
Amarok, yeah, I had to go out and get that record from the. I'm dumb that I didn't buy it at that show at out here.
Sure.
And I had to order it from them, and I had to wait until the tour was over.
No,
but it's such a good album.
And they are. And they're a great band, so it's cool to see. If that means that they're done, I'm glad to see they're still making music, and this is very different. It's not necessarily Amarok stuff. I think fans of it would still enjoy it, but it's definitely not Amarok.
Yeah.
But that's it for me. How about yourself?
A few things, not too many, I hope. Firstly, I've been obsessed with, and I think I've mentioned this to you. Excuse me. The group, the project, excuse me. It's called MSW.
Ah, yes.
And it's one of the musicians who I guess is in Hell and is also in Mesmer.
Yes. I mean, Hell is essentially, as I looked, because I listened to this.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. He is Hell.
Yeah, he's the dude in Hell with the guy from
I don't mean that as pejorative to the band either. I'm saying the band. He's in Hell.
He is the band.
He's in Hell, yes.
And I guess the guy from Mesmer is Hell's drummer or something. And they swap.
Okay, more of a live, because it looked like, again, and this is just according to MA, was he is, and then you have live musicians. Kind of like the Mesmer guy is the Mesmer guy, and then he has live musicians that play with him, right? Okay, yes. Yeah. So but this MSW, okay. I did listen to that album that you recommended on the last episode. You called it. That is an emotionally charged.
Fucking beautiful. Wow. So the album is called Oblivious.
Yes.
I think, from what I could gather, I think it's an album dedicated to the struggles his brother might have had with addiction.
There are things in it, because you mentioned that on the last one, and so when I listened to it, I was I'm the worst at lyrics, and certainly he's not singing necessarily,
right?
But there were things that I could muster that I think you are definitely on to something.
Yeah,
there's definitely pain and sorrow.
There's a lot of
album.
suffering, and so it's a 4-song album. It's 38 minutes. It's beautiful music.
Yeah.
It's really heavy, and it has that same feel of kind of like you could tell it belongs in the Hell/Mesmer cinematic universe.
Yes,
right?
If you're into that, I think
or
you
musical
would
universe.
Yes,
I mean,
for sure.
But the last 2 songs, Humanity and the title track, Oblivious, God, those are tear jerkers. Like
it's like if Warning made like Death Doom almost or something.
Well, I showed this to an ex-bandmate of mine, a gentleman by the name of Steve Perilla, and he reminded me. He said, "This is like one of what the children of the band Asunder would play."
I like that. Yeah.
And then he also, because he's, Steve is a big music guy as well. He sent me some classical music where that might have influenced some of the classical pieces in the MSW.
Very okay.
Yeah. And it was a composer. I forget his first name. I forget if it's Henry or Richard, but the last name is Gorecki.
Okay.
And there is a whole suite of pieces that are very melancholy, somber.
And that's SU. They're not cool suite. You mean like
SUITE? Yeah. Well, it could be.
It could be both.
It is pretty sweet.
It's sweet.
Yeah. It's just. I think maybe homeboy from MSW might have been listening to this because I mean it. Also, the Gorecki stuff is very apropos for going through stuff like what the MSW guy might have done. So it kind of goes hand in hand.
But it's more classical.
It's
like
way more classical.
What you would call classical.
Classical with like an opera type singing
cool.
over it. It's fucking beautiful.
Okay.
From that I moved over to a band called Phaedra, which I think is a one-man project.
Okay.
If you're a fan of that Burzum kind of blown out type of sound.
Okay.
Phaedra is all that minus the Varg Vikernes.
Well, that's a good minus.
for me is the best,
Yeah,
right?
well,
like
yes. Yeah.
like I
If
realize
there's one thing we'd like to take away from the Burzum,
yeah,
it would be-
exactly, yeah, because back when I didn't know any better,
Sure.
Det som en gång var, the other one Hyvis Lisset tar oss,
We'll go with
and
that. Sure.
also the Philosophim album,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
great,
Oh yeah.
but
no, I love it.
because of
sure.
associations, so Phaedra was one that was recommended to me.
Okay.
Phaedra, I think it is.
Okay.
It's fucking great.
Right
There are
on.
some songs that have a little bit more going on there.
Sure,
It's
sure.
not
No, I
it's
gotcha.
not the 1-to-1 Burzum ripoff
Okay.
type stuff. But it's it's all about like nature and stuff. It's
Right
more
on.
like British in origin.
Okay.
so.
Okay.
But it's great. It's great. It's got that blown out fuzzy guitar
Nice.
with the almost atmospheric melody underneath.
Nice. I like that
So,
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually gonna send it to you, but then I figured like, let me talk about this on this
That's
show
all,
because
it's all good.
yeah, it's
one way or
really-
the
it's
other.
really
I would
good.
definitely check it out. And is there any specific piece with the Gorecki guy?
I don't have him on here now.
No, that's all right. No,
Yeah,
I just I mean,
if you look up Gorecki,
Okay.
Gorecki,
Mhm.
there's one that comes up. It's like movement 3
Okay.
of this. I'll look for it and I'll send it to you,
Okay.
and then I'll update
yeah, that's all good.
the thousands upon thousands of listeners of this show in case they are interested. But it's such a beautiful piece,
Okay.
and I think if you listen to that and then listen to MSW, be prepared for a rainy
Yeah,
day
I
in
was
your
gonna
heart.
say, right.
Yeah,
Sadness overload.
big time. Yeah. So the next one was, it's a band from Italy called Giallo,
Okay.
Giallo, which
Okay.
is the style of movie that Lucio Fulci also did. Also, the other guy who I'm forgetting. The fuck is the other guy?
I don't know.
Argento.
Oh,
Mario Argento.
okay. Okay.
He's very famous for doing Giallo movies, which are usually like a killer wearing like the black gloves with a knife and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
So the reason
This is
it's
a
called
style of movie.
it is,
in,
yeah,
in
and,
Italy.
and it all comes from their story is taken from pulp books, and they're called pulp books because of the way they would publish the
Right.
stories on the paper.
right,
But those papers would turn yellow,
right.
and so Giallo is the Italian word for yellow.
Interesting. Okay, I love it.
Yeah, so they have an album called Tenebrum.
Okay.
Tenebrum.
Okay.
It's angry, almost hardcore punk,
Mm.
bordering on sludge.
Oh wow.
It's fucking good. It is so good.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really surprised to like come across this, just because like I heard the name and like I was like, oh, they're talking about movie stuff,
Right.
and I was like, wait, that's not a movie, and I popped it into a couple of the streaming sites, and I was like, oh, it's a band, and they're really good.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, so Giallo's good from
Giallo,
Italy,
Okay.
and then we move over to France,
Okay.
and there's a band.
Whole
I'm-
European tour we got going here.
I'm telling you, I like stuff from other places. In France, there's a band called Sorcerer,
Oh. Okay.
which is by all intents and purposes, it's a hardcore band, but it's like metallic hardcore.
Okay. Okay.
God damn, is this good?
Right
It
on.
is angry. It is well produced. It's got the big fat heavy guitar riffs.
Right
you
on.
know, the just really good playing on all the instruments, and I dare say one of the people playing guitars, if they do have two guitarists,
Mm-hmm.
one of them is doing some kind of black metal-y stuff in there,
Okay.
and it just kind of augments it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're associated with like that whole integrity, the band integrity
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of music.
I
but
gotcha.
if they were, it would not surprise me.
Okay.
Because they're fucking they're really, really good.
Would you say that's a band that you would reference to a degree? Like, I mean, it sounds like it. If you like integrity, this could be something.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
like integrity, check out Sorcerer.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Cool.
Because I think, integrity being the grandpappy of everything.
Sure.
Like you can definitely hear an influence
Okay.
somewhere in there.
Okay.
I'd be honestly super surprised if Sorcerer was like, no, we don't like them.
Okay.
You know? Like
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, I'd be like, what are you talking
I
about?
gotcha.
Like if Sam Hain said like, we don't like the Misfits.
Right.
This hair, no, it's
Or whatever
Yeah.
that new band is that says they don't know who Led Zeppelin is.
oh yeah, Greta Van
Greta
Fleet.
Van-
That's it,
Greta
yeah,
Van Fleet. It's like,
yeah.
Led
We don't
Zeppelin
know
who?
Yeah. Much like you, I also went backwards
Right on.
into a Slayer nosedive into an
Nice.
album that I didn't give a chance.
Oh.
As much as I should have.
Okay.
It's great. Christ Illusion.
Oh. Yeah.
I think the last time Slayer was ever Slayer
Mm.
was Christ Illusion. What a fucking album.
Yeah.
What an album.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the hype aside from the cover and everything.
Yeah.
That's a great album start to finish.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and if they, I mean, technically they did end it there, I would say, I don't count. What's the other one? World Painted Red.
I do like that one, but yes, I hear you. They lose me when Henneman's officially gone.
Yeah,
That's
but Christ Illusion, man, that's such
fantastic.
a banger of an
is.
album,
It is
uh
very aggressive.
very super aggressive. Yeah. There's one song I want to say it's maybe if not the first or second song. It's just like, man, they did it live a couple times and I was like, yeah, this is the shit I like.
It's one. I think it's one of the latter albums that they still do a song. Well, not anymore. Obviously, they're done. But
They're actually still going. Slayer's still around.
Well, I know they did the Ozzy thing, but
No, they're touring. Like they play
good
festivals.
God. Oh, right. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing where the big money comes in,
Yeah,
but they're
exactly.
definitely not touring.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I just think it's I think that's one of the few albums towards the end there that they still pull stuff off of.
Yeah.
Despite doing the hits, obviously.
Yeah. Then last couple ones.
Please.
One of them is maybe a band that's coming back, and one is a band that's probably never coming back.
Okay.
First is Black Breath, which I've been waiting for this.
Right on.
I can't really get into the albums that I listened to because I was just going through a whole thing.
I got you.
They announced their return. I think they're playing at the Northwest Terror Fest.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I love Black Breath. It's like that angry, almost power violence, kind of blast beats in the nice parts, aggressive, big fat HM2 tone, shouty,
Is that,
raspy vocals.
Southern Lord.
Southern Lord
Yeah,
put out,
okay.
I think, a couple of theirs. They stopped for a while because I believe their bassist passed away.
I think that sounds familiar.
Maybe like 7 years ago, something
Okay.
like that. And, or it might have been a little bit longer, but they stopped anyways. And yeah, recently they announced their return to the stage, and that got me like thinking, like, whoa, I gotta check out Black Breath
Right,
again
right.
because I did like that band a lot.
Hell yeah.
Lastly is a band that a very good person and BFF of mine recently gave me a long sleeve shirt of. One of my all-time favorite bands, At the Gates, announced their last album.
Yeah, I heard this.
It's called Ghosts of the Future Past. Or
Okay.
no, Ghosts of the Future Dead.
Okay.
And they put out a single. I gotta tell you, man, I got super emotional listening to Tompa's voice once again.
I imagine.
He does sound like he's straining a little bit in it,
Okay.
and I think they did everything they could to, edit it in a way that made it sound the way his voice usually does.
I
But
gotcha.
you can tell there's a little bit of like strain on that.
Oh,
on them
understandable.
gargly vocals,
So it is it is a full album, right?
Full album,
Awesome.
full album, and they announced the track list today. I think not today, yesterday.
Mhm.
Today being Saturday, the
Mhm.
day we normally record. Yeah, some of the song titles. I think it's over like 10 songs on there.
Oh, right on. Okay.
It's Tomas's last album with them. I'm glad he got to kind of go out,
Sure.
on a high note, as it were. But just from that first song, it's classic At the Gates.
Nice.
Big fat sound, double
Nice.
guitars, guitar melodies, double guitar harmonics with the steady drumming.
Right on.
It's everything you ever wanted from At the Gates
Right.
for the last time. So
Is there talk of how they will proceed in the future? Have you heard anything?
I haven't.
Okay.
I know a couple of the other bands he was singing in, they're going to stop being bands, just because, he was kind of the main driving force in them.
Right.
And everyone else in the other bands had other bands.
Yeah, the Haunted and stuff like
the
that. I didn't know
Haunted, Skid System, and stuff
Yeah.
like that, So, like, they have careers
Okay.
when he wasn't in the in
Right.
those bands,
Right.
But, yeah, At the Gates' last album, The Ghosts of the Future Dead, I think it's coming out in April or something.
Oh, okay, wow.
Or April or May, one of
Okay.
those. But, yeah, I can't wait. And, of course, that, took me into, all the classic, The Red
yeah.
in the Sky Is Ours and Slaughter of the Soul and everything.
Sure.
I can't
No,
say,
I know. Yeah, your love of At the Gates is well known.
Yeah. I love them Swedes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, they're a pillar band. I mean, they talk about dropping an album that changes everything.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And even before that, when it wasn't Slaughter of the Soul, like they got recognition for not being like a death metal band in the vein that other death metal bands were.
For sure.
You know,
for sure.
because like when you listen to The Red in the Sky Is Ours,
Oh, yeah.
it's I hate using the word proggy,
No, but I know what you mean.
but it is a little bit more experimental.
yeah.
You know, like there's parts on it that some death metal bands would probably listen to and be like, that's not us.
Yeah.
You know, and they took chances and even like the earlier At the Gate stuff when it's a little bit more death metal.
Sure.
Like it's like, oh yeah, like man, this is gonna mature into a great band and like look at them now.
Yeah.
You know, like,
No doubt.
So yeah, so that was. Oh, actually, I did have one last one.
Oh, please.
I forget the name of the title of it, but it's John Frusciante's first album.
Oh, okay. Right on.
It is weird, man.
Yeah, and well, he's a
He is a weird individual. It
probably
is,
very high on heroin at that time too.
Yeah, and I dare say this isn't. It's psychedelic, but it's not like psychedelic. Like groovy, man.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's just like fucking weird. First song kind of gets me in like this weird, maxed out hippie, pop. Like it's got pop hooks.
Okay.
But it's just there's a lot going on. There's
Is
a lot of vocals.
Is it mainly? Oh, okay. I was going to ask.
There's
it mainly instrumental or?
It's got beautiful instrumentation. He is a very talented.
Oh, he's super
guitarist.
talented. Yes, this is.
And I honestly think that if he was able to kind of establish himself as like the John Frusciante band or whatever, like, or just call it Frusciante, like
Sure.
like Danzig or something. I think I don't want to say he would have gone further because
Okay.
I mean, look at him. He's he's John Frusciante of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But if he did that type of music more, I think it would have put him in a different category.
Oh, you do wonder like how many Chili Pepper fans owned him and he was
Right,
solo stuff.
exactly. Yeah. So it was actually cool, and I got suggested it by one of the guys in one of my other bands.
Right on.
And I almost fought. I kicked. I screamed. I bit. I didn't want to listen to it because I hate Red Hot Chili Peppers. But he's like, dude, trust me. It's not so much that you're gonna like it. It's just weird.
I got you.
And
his association with the Mars Volta is always
that's another one. Yeah,
made it where I go
that's
like,
actually that's what made my other band member recommend it to me.
Yeah.
This is we were talking about Mars Volta.
Yeah,
So.
that's always kind of made me go, okay, I'm sure that stuff is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause if he can keep up with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The youngsters a little. Youngsters 20 years.
Right.
Yeah, so that's it for today, folks.
Right
Again, if you have any movie recommendations or any directors that we might have missed, please let us know. Let us know what you think of our individual top 10 lists. If we copied each other too much, which we're prone to do from time to time.
This is why we're friends after all.
I look over at Aaron's paper and I'm like, oh yeah, number 3. David Fincher.
I mean, it'd be weirder if we didn't have anything in common, to be quite
Exactly. Yeah. It's so like this shouldn't come as any
frank.
surprise.
No, especially if you didn't listen to any of the previous episodes.
Exactly.
Of our top 10
Like
directors.
you should know who you're dealing with.
Yes.
Yeah, but let us know what you like, what you didn't like, and make sure you follow anywhere you check this out. And we'll catch you next time.
Later on.
Howdy, folks. Thank you so much for spending time with us here at the Rehearsal Room. If you've got any recommendations you'd like for us to check out, whether it's a band, a movie, or anything else you think we'd be interested in, you can write to us at therehearsalroompod@gmail.com, all one word. We're also over on Instagram or Facebook, or even YouTube. You can also find us on any of the popular platforms for podcasts. And if you happen to know anybody that would be interested in any of the subjects we're talking about, please make sure to refer this show over to them. Make sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen to us, and we'll catch you soon.